YouTube. This is your girl Sage, aka Sage the Urban Witch, and I am on for a live stream reading for you guys on today, on July 5th, 2026. Okay, let me turn on my big screen, you guys, so that we can get started. Okay, I do hope that you guys are having a very beautiful day. Okay, in your neck of the woods, and I hope that you guys really enjoyed the 4th of July. You know, your girl had a blast with the fam, okay? Yeah, so I thought I'd come on today, for the regularly scheduled program and to do a reading for you guys, okay? Let me make sure my background music is not too loud. Okay, and happy Sunday to you guys as well, okay? All right, so before we get into it, I gotta do my accoutrements, okay? So first of all, you guys, as you're coming into the chat, as you guys are coming into the live stream, okay, do be aware that I will read your comments after the read, okay? I'll say hello to the chat, but you guys can still leave your very beautiful comments and things of that nature. And do not think that I'm ignoring you. It's just that, your girl has attention deficit. So when I'm in the ethers giving the read, okay, I'm not necessarily paying attention to the chat, okay? So again, I will say hi after the reading, okay? All right, so that's first thing. And then the next thing, you guys, is just overall, you guys, welcome. Welcome to my channel, okay? And I thank you guys in advance for your likes, your shares, and your subscribes, okay? And I also want to thank all of you guys who are continuing to support your girl by purchasing readings, and you guys trust me with your energy to give you that tea that you need to set you free by purchasing a reading to help you guys with any type of personal issue or question that you guys have, okay, where it requires me to tap into your energy and tap into the energy through the use of tarot and or divination to help you find answers that you seek, okay? I do not take this gift that I have lightly, and I do not take your trust in me lightly, okay? So I want to just give a shout out to you guys, and you never have to be afraid, you guys. I won't put you on blast. I won't put your name on blast, okay? That's one thing about your girl, okay? I am very trustworthy, okay? All of your readings are confidential. All of your sensitive information is between you and I and my tax attorney, okay? And my business attorney, okay? Other than that, nobody is in your business but you, me, and spirit, okay? So rest assured about that, okay? I'm very professional, very confidential, and I'm very tapped in, okay? So that's the first thing. So thank you guys for that. Also, thank you guys for those of you guys who are continuing to support your girl by sending me donations through my business website. It is greatly appreciated, okay? That just lets me know that you guys are down with your girl. You guys support your girl, and I love you for that, okay? So thank you again, okay? And what else did I want to say, y'all? Okay, and so then on the piggyback of that, for all of you guys who are on standby, and you're kind of teetering and tottering between, you're not quite sure if you want to get a read, you don't know what to expect, okay? I want to let you guys know that personal readings are still currently available, and all you have to do is email your girl at WIZDOM@gmail.com, okay? So that's WIZDOM and sage@gmail.com, and then write personal reading in the subject line. And I have some what I call tester readings for you guys, which is very, very ideal for those of you guys who would be new customers, okay, new online customers, and you've never gotten a reading before with your girl and you like to test the waters to see what it would be like, okay? I do have some economy and mini readings for you guys, okay, that I'm sure will fit well within your budget, okay? They are as little as $15 to $44, okay, so that you can get a little quickie read, okay, before you invest in a more standard reading, and before you invest in a more of a standard type of relationship with your girl, for me as your reader, as your oracle, as your witch, okay? All right, so you guys, the link to my bio, to the link, shall I say, to my website is in my bio, and all of the information that I've just said to you guys is also in every description box of every video, okay? So you guys can, peruse and browse my website and see what I have to offer as far as the readings and the prices, okay? Everything is there for your visual, okay? All right. So, having said that, you guys, okay, we're going to get into an energy check in for the week, okay? So, this is going to be you guys' 7-day forecast, okay? Yeah, so what's in the ethers as far as, what the spirit want you guys to be aware of? Some good things, some not so good things, and everything in between, okay? Now, before we do that, your girl is always over here channeling and meditating, okay? So I do have a collective channel message for you guys, okay? And so when I was meditating, you guys, the message that Spirit wants me to impart to you guys is that you need to get used to being blessed, okay? Is what I'm hearing from Spirit. Spirit says, get used to being blessed, okay? And this is because a lot of you guys I'm hearing from Spirit, you are now just entering into your North Node where a lot of things have balanced out in terms of, your finances have leveled out. You guys are a little bit more balanced now. You're not so worried and you're not so freaked out about if you're going to be able to continue to maintain, your home or your vehicle payments, or, to maintain your first and your 15th, or to continue to save, as little or as how much that is, okay? So Spirit is saying you guys have just now entered into this season where things are beginning to balance, and you no longer have to look over your shoulder and wait for, the ball to drop, wait for that shoe to drop, where it's like, uh-oh, I enjoyed it while it was good, while it lasted, but here come another comeuppance, here come another situation, here come another bill, here come another write-up, okay, here come another thing that is threatening my stability and security, okay? Spirit is saying that in this season, you guys, you don't have to worry about that. So now, your biggest challenge, dear ones, for those of you guys where you've always had to get it out the mud, and a lot of you guys have rolled solo in terms of, if it was going to get done, you had to do it because you didn't have any type of support around you. Security wanted to come out too. Come through, Spirit. You didn't have a lot of stability. You didn't have a lot of security, financial security, or protection in terms of security, okay? And so a lot of you guys have had to get a lot of things out the mud. You had to do a lot of things solo on your own, which was, very stressful for you on the one end. But then on the other end, it showed you that you're a warrior. You are an overcomer. You are a go-getter. And just because you don't have the help around you, that does not mean you're going to sit there and lay there like a sitting duck and wait for, the world to take advantage of you. No. So you guys have learned how to, be very creative, be very fortified. And this has really helped you guys because now that you have proven that you know how to survive, now you're getting ready, dear one, to experience if whether or not you know how to thrive, okay? And it looks different for different people. You know how sometimes they say, dear one, certain people are afraid of success, okay? And that's because, they've never experienced it before. They know what it's like to, be the underdog. They know what it's like to be passed over, but they don't know what it's like to, to thrive and to have all eyes on you. And, with gifts and with blessings come responsibility. And so oftentimes people who have never experienced a level of success, they get scared and they want to automatically dim their light, or they want to forfeit their blessings because they're afraid. They don't know if they're going to be able to handle the responsibility that comes with that. Can you handle the hate that comes with that? Can you handle the responsibility? Can you handle the fact that you're going to have to up your security, boo? Can you handle that? Can you handle the fact that a lot more people are going to be clawing at you, wanting your attention, and now you have to discern if they want you for who you are, for the inner core of who you are, or do they just want you because you a good look for them? Yeah. Do they just want you because hey, they gonna make somebody jealous with you on their arm, or they on yours, or they want to be with you because they can clout chase, they can get something off of you. They don't have to work so hard as long as they on your side, because they figure that, hey, your clout, your money is theirs, okay? So with a new success, with new responsibilities, with a new level up, as they say, new levels, new devils. So a lot of you guys, dear one, perhaps you are like this, where you are like, I don't know, Sage, I want to be successful, or I keep hearing I'm destined to be in the public eye or in the spotlight. But I don't know, Sage, if I want to be bothered with all of that, because I be watching certain celebrities and public figures, and I don't want to go through all of that stuff they've been going through. I like my privacy, I like this, I like that. So a lot of times, you guys, you may get a little bit scared because you don't know what all comes with your blessings. Okay, so this is the next challenge for you guys. Okay, Spirit is saying you guys have proved that you can survive, and now your test is going to be to prove that you can thrive, and that includes knowing how to handle and knowing how to overcome and knowing how to deal with all of the responsibilities and some of the burdens. Whoa, come through, Spirit. That was a big confirmation. Okay. Now you guys have to deal with one of my tarot cards fell, you guys. My tarot decks. Okay. Scared the sheen lang out of me. Okay. Spirit wanted to put some funk on that one. So as I was saying, you guys, now you have to prove, do you know how to handle all of the blessings and even the burdens that come along with you guys being successful, okay? That's going to be your test, okay? I'm hearing, to whom much is given, much is required, okay? So, whatever you guys have to do, you got to do your positive affirmations. You got to really, really work on your self-esteem and stepping out there and not being afraid to be seen and not worrying about naysayers and people that want to shame you for all of a sudden now getting blessed because they never thought that you would get there. Okay, you got to figure out how to override all of that, hon, because Spirit is saying, in this season, collective, whoever you are, you guys now have to get used to being blessed. Get used to what it come through, Spirit. Yes, indeed. Spirit is confirming, y'all. Get used to what it feels like to be blessed. That feeling of not having to worry about that shoe dropping, not having to worry about, oh, I can't enjoy myself too much because as soon as I let my guard down, something is going to happen. Okay. You guys got to get used to the normal feeling that it feels good, to have money in the bank. Come through, Spirit. It feels good to have a beautiful, harmonious relationship where this person is on my same page, and we vibe together, we working together, not against each other, You got to get used to that. You got to get used to the fact that, people want to be on your team, okay? They want to sit at your table. You a part of the cool kids table. Now they want to be in your club, boo. Now you got to, you got to navigate that. You have to be very discerning who gets to come and who gets to just get on and get some more, goddamn it. Okay, you got to be discerning. Yeah, you got to discern who really wants you and likes you and want to be a part of your team for you, who want that equal reciprocity of give and take. They give a little, they get a little, and vice versa, or who just want to be a freeloader and a goddamn mud duck. Okay, you got to discern, and Spirit is saying this is your season, dear one, where you have to do that. Get used to being blessed. Get used to how it feels. Get used to how it smells. Get used to going into a store and you don't really necessarily have to count pennies or worry about, oh my God, am I going to go over when I get up to the register, when I get up to the cashier? Did I put too much in my cart? Do I have to put something back? Do I not have enough on my card? Do I not have enough, on my debit card? Do I not have enough cash? Whatever the case may be. Spirit says, get used to being blessed. Get used to doors of opportunity opening up for you. Get used to, your celly ringing and your email being full, whereas before it was kind of ghost. It was like, wow, it's an echo. Like, boom, boom, boom. Is this mic on? Is anybody here? You ain't getting no traction. You ain't getting no movement. Nobody coming through. And you got used to, being, looked over. You got used to, everybody, they not really checking for you. You got used to trying to figure out, damn, is it something I'm doing? Or what's happening here? Okay. Spirit is saying, get used to the emails coming in, the cell phone ringing, okay? Get used to people wanting to stop by. Get used to people wanting to be friends with you, wanting to network with you. Get used to people coming up to you, dear one, stepping up to you, and they want to holler at you, girl. Yeah, they want to holler at you, guy. They want to get to know you. They want to take you out, to a nice restaurant, by the water on the wharf and eat some, I don't know, some lobster, baby, some crawfish, some shellfish, okay? Yeah, some crabs, okay? They want to take you out. They want to wine and dine you, okay? Get used to that, girl, because that's coming with your blessings. Get used to that, guy, because that's coming with your blessings, okay? Now, see, it doesn't sound scary when, it's somebody else. But for those of you guys where, you've really had to get it out of the mud, and, a lot of you guys, you haven't seen a certain level of success yet, and you're now stepping into that season, it gets a little scary because sometimes, just settling, just making it day by day, just making it check to check, just being that introvert where you don't have to worry about your phone ringing or, the emails popping, you get used to it after a while. So when everything starts to shift, it kind of make you nervous because, with familiarity comes comfort. But now a lot of you guys are being pushed, nudged out of your comfort zone into a season of more blessings and more opportunity. And Spirit says you got to get comfortable with that. You got to get used to that because you don't want to self-sabotage. You don't want to, mistakenly forfeit your blessings or your opportunities because you are afraid. Okay, so you got to work on that. People going to start looking at you, boo. Now, you got to know you look good before everybody else start coming to you, giving you compliments, okay? You got to get used to the point where when you look in the mirror, it's like, ain't no thing for nobody to say you look good. Hell, you already know that. You look at yourself in the mirror every day, okay? And they ain't telling you nothing you don't already know, okay? Yeah, and I can get more into it, dear one, but I'm going to get into the read, okay? That's you guys' collective channel message, says Spirit. He said, get used to being blessed. Okay? And I know that's right. All right. So now, y'all, we're going to tap into the energy check-in. What is your 7-day forecast? Okay? So between Sunday, today, all the way up to next Sunday, what's in the ethers? What are some things that you guys need to know about for this week? Okay? All right. So let's see. All right, Spirit. So the first message we have, dear one, comes through the card here, cosmetic surgery, okay? So Spirit is saying, within the next 7 days or these next 7 days, dear one, people are going to be looking at you guys, and some of them are going to question you. Some of them are going to even ask you and approach you if you've had any type of cosmetic surgery. And the reason why they're going to ask that, dear one, is because they're going to, it's going to be kind of like a backwards type of compliment. And this is because people have seen a big change in you guys, okay? You guys may have really upped your game, your exercise game, okay? You guys may have lost a significant amount of weight, okay? Fellas, you might have been in the gym getting your gains, but whatever you guys have been doing, now it is really showing. And so people are going to be, approaching you or saying things about you behind your back in terms of, you've gotten cosmetic surgery. In other words, dear one, they think you look too good for, you to have lost weight naturally. They want to know, hey, did you get a BBL? Did you get some type of surgery where, they cutting up part of your stomach so you don't have an appetite, you forced to lose weight? I don't know what you call that, or, did you holler at the Zempi? Did you get some Zempi? Okay. Yeah. Are you doing that? They're going to want to know, dear one, in the next 7 days. Some people are going to be bold enough to ask you, okay? They're going to ask you, ooh, your eyes are pretty. Are they real? They're going to ask you that, dear one. Some of you guys, you've had those brown eyes, you've had those hazel eyes since the day you were born. But it's something about how people are noticing you now because now you got a glow about you, You're eating better, you're drinking better, you're sweating out toxins. Some of you guys have gotten rid of a loser, okay? So, that was a big detox right there. Some of you guys have left a very toxic job or toxic environment or toxic as, a family. And, that leveled up your your detoxification right then and there. So a lot of things, dear one, about you as far as your beauty and physical aesthetics, your natural beauty, a lot of people didn't recognize up until now, because now you have a glow about you, because you have rid yourself from a lot of things that have proven to be toxic to you, raising up your cortisol levels, stressing you out, and that really played a part on how you showed up in the world in terms of your skin, your hair, your nails, your bright, beautiful eyes, okay, your body, your body weight composition and things of that nature. And for some of you guys, even, the clothes that you're wearing, I'm hearing makeover, okay? Some of you guys, you have melted out of those clothes, girl, and you got to get some more clothes. And for the outfits and the summer dresses, and the this and the that, and fellas, your active wear, your foot gang, your foot gear is on point. People are going to notice a lot of beautiful things about you guys, to the point where they're like, nah, I don't believe it. They got some work done. Yeah, they just lying, that's not their real hair, they did this, they did that. And whether it is or not, dear one, that's not the point. The point is that you look good, okay? You're always going to have haters that think that, is naturally got to grow out of your scalp in order for them to give you a compliment, okay? Some of you guys, I'm hearing from spirit, you wear colored lenses, and so, people may know that you weren't born with blue eyes or green eyes, but hell, whatever, who cares? They look good on you, okay? You have made it look good to match your complexion, to match your vibe, and that's really all that counts, okay? Yeah. So in the matter of cosmetic surgery, in the next 7 days, spirit says, you may have people, and it depends on their level of, tact, okay? Their level of decorum, okay? If they come up to you and you can generally tell that, they're not trying to sneak diss you when they ask you certain things, just, chalk it up to them giving you a compliment and really wanting to get some information because they're really trying to glean off of you, okay? Wow, I noticed, I've been watching you at the gym for the past 6 months, and oh my God, I haven't been, in the last week, but when I popped up, you look very different. How much weight have you lost? What have you been doing besides working out? What are you eating? What are you not eating? What are you drinking? So don't take offense to that. But, if somebody come up to you, sideways walking ass, and they sucking their teeth, and they looking at you, staring at you, rolling their eyes, or they're around a group of people, and it's like now they want to dish you, and they want to say, hey sis, is that your hair? I would suggest you just walk away. Just give them the straight up, fuck off face, okay? Look them up and down and keep it moving, because your eye contact and your body language will let those motherfuckers know everything they need to know, that they should not have approached you or stepped to you because you didn't like their energy, okay? But, whether it be people coming to you, with a positive intent, or people coming to you because they straight envious and they trying to diss you, okay? A lot of people did one because of the beautiful changes that you have made. In the next 7 days, people are going to approach you in one way or another about some changes that you have made that they can see on your outside. And they're going to wonder or guess that you've had some type of cosmetic surgery, whether you've had it or not. And there may be some, dear one, they'll even lie and say to other people, claiming that they know you and claiming that you did when you didn't, because, this want to make them feel better when they can't, push their ass back away from the table, or, move that sofa and put that yoga mat down and get to work, okay? So just kind of know, dear one, in the next 7 days, okay, you're going to have people stepping to you to question you about the changes that you have made, okay? All right, so let's see, what else, Spirit? What else should we let collective know about the next 7 days? What's their 7-day forecast, okay? All right, we have Mason Eastern Star, okay? I'm hearing from Spirit, dear one, right off the bat, there could be a Mason or an Eastern Star that is watching you guys, okay? For some of them, dear one, I'm hearing from Spirit, they mean no harm, okay? I'm hearing they're just kind of watching you. They're kind of like taken aback by your skills, by your intellect, by the way that you carry yourself. Some of them are wondering, how is it that you know a high level of what they will consider to be Masonic or occultic knowledge, okay? So they're wondering, they're very curious about you. They're wondering how you know these things. They want to know if if you're in the network, okay? They want to know, if you were born into it and not sworn into it, okay? Yeah, do you have some, nanas or, pawpaws that was part of the fraternal order, okay? Or, a part of the sisterhood, okay? They want to know because it's something about you. You're not like the average typical person in terms of how you carry yourself with the wealth of knowledge and the mystical knowledge I'm hearing from spirit that you have, okay? So there's could be a person that is a Mason or an Eastern Star that is sitting back in the cut that is watching you guys. And again, the energy that I'm picking up from spirit is that this person, whomever they are, dear one, they mean no harm. They're just very, very curious about you, okay? Some of them, dear one, it's like they want to pick your brain. They just really want to find out, how is it that you know what you know? Some of them, dear one, they are interested in recruiting you. They would want to know if you would like totally say no, or if you would be interested or something of the sort, like if they could invite you out to the lodge, or if they could invite you out to a gathering or something of the sort, or invite you out to a business network or a business opportunity, okay? So this is what I'm hearing. So in the next 7 days, some of you guys, you may be made aware that a person that was being particularly nice to you, okay, whether this was somebody that was a member of the HOA association, where you are, where you live in your condo or your townhouse, okay, or whether it could have been it could be your manager or superior that is looking over your credentials in terms of your potential to get a raise or a promotion, okay? I'm hearing that there is someone, dear one, come through spirit, that is in this type of authority position, okay? And it's something about them looking at you and they're saying to themselves, you're a good fit, okay? You are someone that I want to bet on. You are someone that I would definitely want to recruit or bring into my team. You're someone that I definitely want to support or help, okay? You're someone that I definitely want to extend, the networking, protection, and purity to, okay? There's also someone, dear one, that could be interested in wanting to date you, okay? There's also someone, dear one, that could be around you, and this person could see you as someone that may need a little bit of help in terms of what you're doing. If you have a business, or if you're online on social media, or if you have a merch line, or if you have some type of product or service, or if you're trying to get some big discounts on a high ticket items such as purchasing a vehicle, or even signing a contract for a home. There is someone, dear one, I'm hearing from spirit, and this person, they have been strategically placed around you so that not only could they watch you, but so that they can kind of see what you're working with, and so that when the time was right, you would be positioned around this person for them to give you a leg up in some way, shape, or form, okay? This is what I'm hearing from spirit. And so I have to caveat this, you guys, and say that not all Masons, not all Eastern Stars are bad, okay? We got some that are janky, okay? But we also have some, dear one, where in their own heart and mind, they want to do the right thing and are not trying to use their occultic mystical knowledge to trap or exploit or hurt you, okay? So you need to know that, okay? I know both. I know some that's high vibrational and cool, and I know some that's raggedy and janky, okay? Inside my fam and on the outside. So I say all that to say that, you really have to judge a person by their heart and their intentions. And for those of you guys who are down with the shit like your girl, you're at the stage now, you're at the level now where you can really suss out a person's intentions and agenda. You can read a person's energy and know if whether or not they're for you or against you without necessarily having to down the whole entire group of them, okay? That's just like saying, you had one bad relationship with a male that was Puerto Rican. That doesn't mean that all Puerto Rican males are bad. You just got one janky bad fruit out of the group, okay? And vice versa, okay? So I just wanted to set that caveat out there, okay? So in the next 7 days, y'all, expect to be positioned around someone that is really, looking at you favorably to the point where they want to give you some type of heads up. They want to give you a leg up in some way, shape, or form that will benefit you, that will help you, okay? Whether it's providing, some important information that you would need to know that's not, that the average person is not privy to, or, hooking you up, okay? You're going to get an opportunity to get the hookup in some way, shape, or form. And for some of you guys, this person want to, they want to hook up with you for real in terms of, they want you on their team because they like, I got to check out this girl. I got to check out this guy because, I haven't really found someone that really matches my vibe, that's into what I'm into, It's like whenever I get into a relationship, I have to hide certain aspects of myself because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, or I don't want to make people uncomfortable, or, I don't want to feel like people looking at me like I got 2 or 3 heads because, hey, I'm down with the shit. There are things that I know, and I want to be able to, iron sharpen iron. I want to talk to people about some of the mystical knowledge that I know. I want to talk to certain people, a person that I'm with about, my background and what I've been through. I want to talk to certain people about, hey, the mysteries, the mystical things that, average people don't know. So there's someone, dear one, they in the network now. And they're wondering if you're in the network too. And if you're not, they sure would like for you to be, because they want to get to know you better. They feel as though, you match their vibe in a lot of different ways, in a way that the average person does not, okay? They feel like with you, dear one, based on who you are and how you show up in the world, how you're expressing yourself and this and that, they feel as though, damn, if I was with this person, I could let my guard down. I could be who I am. We could talk about the mystical things. I don't have to hide certain aspects of myself and certain experiences that I've been through, and, certain things about, whatever. So someone is really looking at you, dear one, with an eye of favor, okay? So in the next 7 days, okay, you being watched. Somebody gonna approach you, okay? And, you'll either sense energetically that they're part of the network, because if they ain't gonna come up to you and tell you that they're Mason. They ain't gonna come up to you and tell you they're Eastern Star. They may not have a ring on, they may not have a bracelet on, they may not have a tattoo or any of that, but again, if you down with the shit and you can read energy, a lot of you guys, just by being on that type of level, on that type of time, you're gonna be able to pick up on certain cues, certain words they say, certain lingo, okay, that they in the network, and they want to be around you for a particular reason, but it's not to harm you, it's really to help you, okay, is what I'm hearing from Spirit, okay? In the next 7 days, y'all, okay? All right, so, oh, this one came out too. I guess we just take that one, okay? I was going to shuffle, but it just wanted to pop out, okay? So in the next 7 days, you guys, the next message is private planes only. Private planes only. Okay. So come through, Spirit. In the next 7 days, you guys, I'm hearing from Spirit, you guys are going to have the opportunity to meet someone that this person, whomever they are used to riding private planes. But perhaps when you run into them, maybe they are not, riding on a private plane. Maybe they are not about to ride on a private plane. Maybe they had to go commercial. Maybe they had to go first class or business class. Maybe you're running into this person at the airport. Maybe, you're being sent somewhere because of your job. You have to travel to a certain state or a certain location for business. You're going to meet someone that's going to be around you, around your vicinity. And this person, their lifestyle is such that, they're about those private planes only. Okay. Now, every now and then, again, they could ride business class, first class, whatever. But their default, them having the ability to, at any time, to get on a private plane is giving private plane only energy, okay? In the next 7 days, you guys are going to be in the same room with someone like this. Or I'm hearing from Spirit, some of you guys, dear one, you can have someone that is watching you online right now, depending on what you do. And this person who has that private planes energy, they're watching your social media. So you could be, dear one, a content creator, okay? You can be an influencer of some sort, okay? You can be the public eye in some way, shape, or form, establishing your business, or, you could be an artist of some sort, okay? Well, whatever you're into, whatever you're doing, you have caught the eye of someone that is very established, very well off, And this is the type of person, dear one, where, you know, they have a certain status, they have a certain leadership or public figure type of energy, whether they're in front of the stage or behind the stage, okay? They're exuding private planes energy now, and they're watching you. So that's a good thing, okay? This person that's exuding that private planes energy could also be that particular Mason or Eastern star that is trying to position himself or herself around you to help you in some way, shape, or form, give you a leg up, support you, welcome you into the network, or provide something for you. I'm hearing like the hookup, like they see you as someone where it's like, if I would bet on a normie, you know, if I would bet on someone that, you know, is the average quote unquote regular schmegular, even though you guys were a part of my collective, you ain't none of that. You ain't nothing regular about you, boo. Know that, okay? But I mean, you know, in terms of, you know, you being out there, like popped out, like out there, like in the spotlight or whatever. But you know, you got that rags to riches energy, you know, you got that spotlight energy, yeah. There's someone to one in the next 7 days could very well be this person that has a private planes energy, okay, that is also a member of the Masons or the Eastern Stars, and they're looking at you, dear one, with favor. Like if they would bet on anyone that they don't really know, but someone that they're trying to get to know, it would definitely be you. They want to give you an opportunity, okay, is what I'm hearing from Spirit. Maybe they may want to give you an opportunity to audition. Maybe, you know, you've had a lot of doors closed to you and you couldn't get it on your own because, you know, you have to kind of know certain people to know certain people, you know, in this world we live in is kind of like, you know, not so much what you know, but who you know. So you know a lot, you know, but now it's like you need to know people that know that you know a lot so that there could be an alignment and you can get your opportunity, okay? And for some of you guys, dear one, I'm hearing from Spirit, this person has the opportunity. He has the power to tell you yes and change your life, okay? Or she, okay? Yeah, and some of you guys, you might get the opportunity to get some cosmetic surgery if that's what you want, if that's what you feel you need, depending on the niche or industry that you're going into. This person with private planes energy could flip the bill. This person could also be a surgeon for some of you guys, okay? It has some type of prominence on them. On the energy here, this could be a public figure, a celebrity. This could be someone that is around public figures and celebrities. This could be a business mogul. You know, they don't grip a mic, but you know, they grip them bills. Okay, yeah, they grip that bag. Okay, yeah. Yeah. So this is what's in the energy, dear one. Okay, in the next 7 days. All right. Now let's see, dear one, what else does Spirit want to let you guys know for the energy check-in? What's in your 7-day forecast, dear one? Okay, let's see. What say you, Spirit? All right, okay, come through, Spirit. We have the card, you guys, movement. We have the card movement, okay? Yeah, in the next 7 days, you guys, I'm hearing from Spirit, you guys are going to be making those power moves, making those money moves. It's kind of like whatever was going on in you guys' life and in your energy where you felt stuck, you felt stagnant, you felt held back, you felt like, damn, Sage, I go 3 steps forward, but then 4 or 5 steps back. Now, all of a sudden, whatever that was holding you guys back, whether it was on an energetic level, whether it was on, you know, you not knowing enough information to push you through or to push a certain project through or something of the sort, or, you know, whatever it was, there one, for some of you guys, it could have been janky juju. It could have been someone putting spell work on you that was causing blockages and stagnation in your life. But I'm hearing, as far as your 7-day forecast, dear one, Spirit says expect for things to accelerate. Expect for that movement. Expect for you guys to get much traction, okay? For those of you guys where it seems like, dang, you know, I erected this business, but it's not popping. Okay. Well, 7 day forecast, baby. From today through the next 7 days, it's going to start popping. Okay. Yeah. Movement in terms of, perhaps, you felt as though, I don't know, you guys are on a weight loss journey, and maybe you felt as though you've plateaued. Well, boo, bruh, sis, in the next 7 days, okay, that plateau is gonna break through. Okay, you're gonna continue to lose weight, or fellas or ladies, if you want to make gains, muscle gains. Okay, you're gonna continue to break through that plateau, something that is going to be told to you to do or not to do. You're going to get the download. Spirit might tell you, cut out that carbs, girl. I know it say 100% whole wheat bread. Leave that bread alone, and instead substitute that bread with a white potato or a sweet potato. And you do that, boom, 4 pounds down, boo. That was the breakthrough. You had to leave that bread alone, okay? For others of you guys, it could be, damn, Sage, I'm plateauing. What's going on? Well, it might be that protein powder that, you doing your smoothies every day. Maybe them smoothies not as healthy as you think they are. Spirit might say, girl, go look at that protein shake. Go look at the label, look at the ingredients, look and see how much sugar did they pack in that thing. Or guy, go look and see, the protein versus the sugar, how much sugar they got in that thing, and you might say, damn, it said 19 grams of sugar. What the fuck? Well, now there you go, boo. That's why you was plateauing, because it was some secret hidden sugar in that shit that was causing you to plateau. Spirit might say, toss that shit out. Or instead of using, 2 scoops, use 1. Cut it in half. Or if you're going to use it, make sure that's on a day when you heavy weight lifting, or make sure that's on a day when you're doing the heavy aerobics or something like that, okay? Something is going to happen. Come through, Spirit, because I'm hearing asking, you shall receive. Y'all are waiting on that movement. You waiting on that traction, baby. And your 7-day forecast, you're going to get it. You're going to get the download. Spirit's going to tell you either to stop doing something or to start doing something. And when you listen, okay, I'm hearing obedience is better than sacrifice. Come through, Spirit. When you listen and do that thing, remove something or add something or do something, you're going to get that movement that you guys are looking for, okay, is what I'm hearing from Spirit, okay? Now, apply the situation where it fits. It doesn't necessarily have to deal with your dietary lifestyle. For some of you guys, it can relate to your finances, okay? For others of you guys, this can relate to opportunity, a business opportunity, or some type of creative enterprise or something of the sort, okay? For others of you guys, it could be literal. You could be getting ready to move, boo, moving out of your current place to another place, whether that place be an apartment, a condo, a townhouse, a single family home, or from city to state to state, whatever, okay? You're getting ready to move, okay? Yeah. So apply the situation, dear one, where it fits, okay? Your 7-day forecast is that movement is coming, okay? Whatever blockages is being removed, okay? Starting from today, okay? Spirit wants you guys to know, starting from today, which is Sunday, July 5th, okay? Up until next Sunday. Y'all gonna see some movement, baby. Come through, Spirit. Okay, what else does Spirit want you guys to know? All right, we have intuition in reverse. Let me turn it around so you guys can see the card, okay? We have intuition. Thank you guys for the beautiful emojis there. I just kind of saw it at the corner of my eye, okay? But we have intuition in reverse, dear one. Okay, so I'm hearing from Spirit, dear one, right off the bat, okay? In the next 7 days, it's like somebody wants to test, how much do you really know? Some, dear one, that's sitting back in the cut and they're very envious of the fact that you're tuned in and tapped in. They may try to approach you on the low to try to, hem you up in terms of asking you a question that they're thinking or hoping you don't know the answer to. Or, they might try to present something to you and it's a fraud situation, or it's a scam situation. I'm hearing scam alert. I'm hearing love fraud. I'm hearing deception. I'm hearing Decepticon, okay? Some of you guys, dear one, you're going to get tested in this next 7-day forecast, where someone is really going to try to test you based on your intuitive abilities, your ability to read the room, to read energy, to discern a person or a situation that's, scammy, versus a situation where it's honest and on the up and up, whether that be a situation, a so-called opportunity, a so-called, type of communication, or a person. Okay. And this is going to be your test. Okay. Now I'm hearing from spirit. I don't want to bust nobody's bubble, but I'm hearing from spirit that you guys are going to pass this test with flying colors, okay? And someone that is hoping, dear one, that you not as up on it, you not as up on the shit as you really are, they're going to be sadly disappointed throughout this 7-day forecast, dear one, because they're going to try to come to you with some type of scam or some type of situation where, it's like, if it looked too good to be true, god damn it, it is, okay? If it looked like a duck, if it quacked like a duck, god damn it, it is. It's a mud duck. Okay, exit stage left quickly and expeditiously. Okay, yeah, you don't want that. That's whack. Throw that back. Okay, come through, spirit. So you guys are going to be presented with a type of situation where you're going to have to really, really use your intuitive abilities. Really meditate on that thing. Don't make quick, rash decisions. Think. If there's a situation where someone is forcing you to make a quick decision, that's a no-go. Because, anytime, somebody rushing you, that means that they want you to, make a mistake because you haven't had a chance to really sit down and weigh the pros and cons of a certain thing, okay? But you guys are going to get that opportunity, okay? Maybe it's going to be you purchasing an item or buying a service or product or meeting someone or accepting an invitation or it could be anything. But if someone that's janky, that's looking at you, dear one, and they like, oh, so they think they all smart. They think they all intelligent, huh? Oh, so they think, they so wise and they really a reader, right? They really tuned in, tapped in, right? They really intelligent, right? Okay, they really got the book smart and the street smarts. Do they think so, huh? Okay, well, let me test their ass. Let's see. Okay, so then when someone is going to test you, when I'm already hearing from spirit, you're going to pass with flying colors. Okay, that's the 7-day forecast, because somebody jealous of the fact that they already know you tuned in and tapped in. They already know you got common sense, spiritual sense, and street sense. They already know. But it's like, they focus on the wrong thing. They focus on trying to bring you down rather than trying to climb their raggedy ass up. Okay, so the priorities are not together there. Okay, they need to work on it. Okay, come through, spirit. So let's see what else, dear one, okay, that's in store for you guys for your 7-day forecast. Okay, let's see what's up. All right. Did y'all have fun for the 4th of July yesterday? Your girl had a blast. I'm still kind of, riding high off of that thing. I had a very, very beautiful time with my family, okay, on yesterday, okay? I hope you guys did too, okay? That's a caveat. I just wanted to say that, okay? Anyway, y'all, the next message comes from the death card, okay? We have the death card, okay? So I'm hearing from spirit, dear one, right off the bat. In the next 7 days, you guys may hear from someone that could be someone in your family, could be someone from the family of a person that you dated or went to work with, went to school with. Some of you guys are going to be made aware that someone has transitioned over to the other side. Now, if this is someone in your family, dear one, I'm hearing from spirit, in the next 7 days, not only is this person going to contact you, you're going to be contacted by somebody, but you're going to get an opportunity. This person wants to let you know because somebody could have left something to you unbeknownst to you. You could have some money left to you. You could have something in the will. Some of y'all might think, well, hell, is that really the truth? Because this person act like they couldn't stand me. This person act like, I was the bane of their existence. This person was gunning for me since I was 8 years old. Or this person, this and this person that. But for some of you guys, dear one, apply the situation where it fits, okay? If this is something in the family, I'm hearing out of this death, there's going to be a rebirth. So out of this person's, transitioning to the other side, there's going to be a rebirth in your finances. There's going to be a rebirth in you guys having some type of opportunity to get grounded. As we look at the brown here, the brown equals being grounded, like, the bottom of a tree is in there, baby, is rooted. Okay. So you guys are going to get the opportunity to really get set up financially. And I'm almost hearing this is like, karmic restitution. Like this is something that is owed to you for having had to deal with someone that was very, very problematic in your life, and that caused you to miss a lot of blessings and opportunities. And at the very least, hell, they caused you to miss a lot of peace because they was a goddamn pain in your ass. Come through, spirit. That's for somebody. Okay. So in the next 7 days, this doesn't apply to all of you guys. Okay. Now remember, this is a general reading. Okay. So if it resonates, you'll get like a kick in your belly. Okay. Yeah. But, Spirit is saying, for those of you guys where the message resonates, you're going to get some type of communication that's going to let you know that some particular person around you that's connected to you in some way, shape, or form through 6 degrees of separation or less has transitioned, and you're going to be notified because you're going to get something out of that situation. That person left something to you, okay? Or there is just something that is there for you, okay? It's going to be something that's going to be beneficial to you in some way, shape, or form, okay? Now, for others of you guys, dear one, I'm hearing from Spirit, there is someone, dear one, that has been trying to do the janky juju, the death magic. This person has been trying to, cast death spells on you, dear one, because I'm hearing if I can't have you, nobody else can. Okay, so this could definitely be some type of low vibrational, dark, janky, raggedy ass, skid row ass warlock or witch. Okay, and I'm hearing from Spirit that those spells are going to backfire and hit that ass. Okay, but you need to be made aware, dear one, this person, because they can't have you, they've been doing death spells against you. Not only do they want, some of you guys, they want you to die, like literally, okay, through a health ailment or some freak accident, like a car accident or something. Or, I don't know, like a freak accident where, your electrical wires in your house, they were faulty, and all of a sudden, they just catch on fire and shit, okay? Something freaky, they want something freaky to happen, okay? Others of you guys, they want it to be a death to your stability and your security, a death to your finances. So that means a loss of your job, a loss of your business, okay? Or some type of situation where you're no longer able to sustain yourself, you're no longer able to pay your bills, you're no longer able to keep a roof over your head, okay, unless you do strange things for change that will, be the next step to you ending up in the grave, okay. Yeah, it's like they either want to take you out literally, or they want to remove certain things that you have in place, certain blessings, certain opportunities that symbolizes your stability and security. They want to take that away from you, so they want death to that, okay? But I'm hearing from Spirit, dear one, this is going to hit this person in their ass. And I'm hearing silent but deadly. So it's not going to happen all at once. Your ancestors is going to make this person, whomever they are, dear one, that's been fucking with you and doing that raggedy ass death magic, and your ancestors and Spirit have warned them to sit their raggedy ass down and to leave you be, but they refuse to. This is going to be a slow death, slow burn here, okay? Before there is flower bringing, slow singing and flower bringing, they going to get sick, they going to lose their job, they going to lose their home, they going to lose their woman or their man, or hell, some of them both, okay? They gonna lose their hair. Some of them gonna lose their goddamn eyesight, okay? Some of them, they might end up losing a goddamn leg. Something gonna happen. I'm hearing slow burn. This person's gonna be tormented, okay? It's gonna be to the point where they like, damn, just take me now. And it's like, your ancestors gonna be like, nah, that's too easy. That's too easy. Some of them, dear one, they're going to end up incarcerated. Some of them, they're going to end up institutionalized, okay, where, they got that monitor on their ass 24/7, and, they're a risk to themselves. And, the police, not the police, the hospital going to make sure that they can't off themselves, but they got to take them meds. They got to take them meds at 3, 6, and 9 o'clock on the dot. Lift up your tongue, bitch. Let me see. Yeah. Empty your pockets whole. Let me see what you got going on there. Okay. Yeah. Something gonna happen to them. I'm hearing slow burn, like little by little, like death by 1,000 cuts. Okay. Because taking them out is too easy. They gotta learn their lesson. That you was not to be fucked with. And when spirits say stop, you supposed to stop. You won't stop either the easy way or the hard way, okay? Some of them, dear one, unfortunately, they have opted for the hard way, and they gonna get it, and they gonna get it good, okay? In the next 7-day forecast, dear one. Now, for this particular situation, the first one where it's someone in your family and you're going to be notified because there's something that's coming to you in the matter of some type of settlement or will or something of the sort, something monetary, or some of y'all, it could be a home, it could be land left to you, it could be a trust, it could be something that this person that is now gone was trying to hide from you, and now is going to be made aware that wasn't a motherfucking money, that was yours, but they spent it or they signed it off to them, or they committed some type of fraud or forgery. Well, you know, a lot of things are going to come to light once they're gone. So that's the first part of you guys. But for the second part, it's going to be a slow death to your enemy. Somebody that has been long standing, sending, you know, death juju to you long time, when spirit bending told their ass, they raggedy ass, to sit down and leave you alone, and they refuse to. It's gonna be like death by 1,000 cuts, to the point where this person gonna be like begging God to take their life, and God gonna be like, nope, we ain't done with your ass yet. Remember what you kept doing to the collective? Remember when I kept telling you to stop? Remember when we came to you in the dream realms? Remember when shit kept happening? That last candle you lit exploded on your ass. You almost started a fucking fire. You got a 2nd-degree burn on your hand with your stupid ass, and you still kept going? Nah, you hard-headed. You know, your hard head is gonna make a soft ass indeed, okay? So just get ready. Slow burn. Okay, yeah, that's for a lot of somebody's, for you guys, okay, is what I'm hearing from spirit, okay? All right, I'm gonna pull a couple more cards, you guys, and then I'm gonna give y'all some signs, and then y'all, I'm gonna turn it loose. Yeah, I'm gonna go back downstairs and, you know, see what hubby up to, see what my animal babies up to. They quiet, so that means that, you know, they running around, running amok downstairs. You know, they into some shit, okay? So I'm gonna go see what they doing, and, you know, eat me a little bit more of that barbecue, y'all, because, you know, we threw that out yesterday. You know, hubby had been grilling since Thursday, you know, to the point where all we had to do was warm it up and make that those pots of, you know, that good homemade barbecue sauce, and let it marinate. That shit was good. Now, for all of y'all that think that blue-eyed men and some blue-eyed women can't cook, that's not necessarily the truth now, okay? I want to let y'all know that as well, okay? Spirit say open up your mind, expand your mind. In the next 7 days, y'all gonna get an opportunity to really, I'm hearing, broaden your horizons, okay? That's for somebody. All right. Also, you guys, okay, I want to remind you that personal readings are still currently available. If you would like to get a reading with your girl, now y'all see how down with the shit that I am, okay? You see how tuned in and tapped in that I am. I'm reading your ass, and this is a general read. Now, can you imagine if I do a personal for you, okay? Don't be scared, okay? The readings are always confidential. Your personal sensitive information remains confidential, okay? Come get you a read if you guys would like to get a read. All you got to do is email your girl at WizdomandSage@gmail.com. That's WIZDOM and Sage@gmail.com, and write personal reading in the subject line, okay? And then check out my website and see the type of personal readings along with the prices that I'm currently offering, okay? And y'all can also take advantage of the mini readings, the economy mini readings, from as little as $15 to $44, okay? I got something for every budget, okay? All right. Spirit say a lot of y'all scared, though. I ain't gonna hurt you. I ain't gonna do nothing to you. If you come to me on the up and up, trust me, you ain't got nothing to worry about. And the ones that got something to worry about, they won't never come no way. Because they know I'll read everything down to their goddamn address, and I might show up. You know? So, yeah. All right, y'all. Let's see what's in store for your 7-day forecast. I'm going to pull a couple more cards. Maybe one more after this, okay? All right, so this one says, to be fair. Beautiful card. To be fair, the number 38. To be fair, it was in reverse, okay? All right. So this next message, your one, Spirit is saying that in the next 7 days, some of you guys are going to correct a situation that has been unfair and unwarranted. something that has been happening to you. For some of you guys, this could have been like a smear campaign, a group of people or a person in particular where, you know, they were going out of their way to discredit your name or to ruin your reputation in some way, shape, or form, to try to alienate and isolate you away from potential suitors or away from some type of support system that would be helpful to you. They were trying to isolate you in a certain community, or for others of you guys, trying to isolate you from getting work, getting a job, okay? Or for some of you guys, even maintaining and establishing your business, okay? It has something to do with character and reputation, okay? It was a very unwarranted, very unfair situation, but within the next 7-day forecast, there's going to be an opportunity for you to make that situation right. In other words, you're going to get some justice regarding that, okay? For some of you guys, it could be legal justice. For others of you guys, it could be spiritual justice, okay? Something might happen to somebody where you're going to get some justice in a way that you least expected, but you're certainly going to appreciate it, okay? Do you dig? Come through, Spirit. So this is something that I'm hearing from Spirit right off the bat, okay? There's also, I'm hearing from Spirit, the message that there are a lot of people, dear one, that they used to think that just because you left them or you stopped working there or you stopped talking to them and they're a family member and they thought that, you know, you didn't have a right to, you know, cut ties with them. They used to think, dear one, and the people around them used to think that, you know, you were just so unfair, you were disrespectful, that you were going to get punished in some way, shape, or form because, you know, you were ultimately disrespecting the family by following your own mind and following your own heart and, you know, putting yourself first. In the next 7 days, dear one, a lot of people are going to, you know, really change their mind on that situation because they're going to be made more privy to a lot of information that they didn't know about. They're going to find out that a lot of things about you, dear one, was all based on lies and on rumors with no truth to it. And they're going to also find out that the main agenda or intention behind the person that was spreading the lies or this false narrative about you, they were doing it, dear one, because they're mentally ill. They were doing it, dear one, because they were constantly trying to compete with you, okay? And because, you know, they were so envious of you, dear one, that they did not want you to have any type of love, support, encouragement, or happiness. And people, dear one, they're going to realize that they were just used. They were a ploy. They were a part of this person's stupid, ridiculous, janky, wicked ass game against you that wasn't fair to you. So a lot of people, dear one, for those who are bold enough to admit that they were wrong, to admit that they were used, and for those of them, dear one, that were bold enough to, or are bold enough to admit that part of them wanted to see you go down, you know, part of them was happy that it was you and not them, or part of them, dear one, because they were secretly envious of you too. They wanted these things to happen to you. They wanted to see you suffer. They wanted to see you struggle. Now, for those that are bold enough to admit that and come back to you and make amends, within the next 7 days, this forecast, you're going to have people, dear one, they're going to email you, or they're going to try to call you, or they're going to, if you live in the same city, or they know where you live, or the same state, or whatever, they might try to even pop up. Okay, that was another confirmation. Wow, my tarot cards, you guys, are really talking. Another tarot deck fail. Shit. Okay, that scared me. Okay, thank you, Spirit, for the confirmation. Okay, so for those of you guys where this is the case that resonates with you, and that particular group of people, they're bold enough to do their shit, so they're also bold enough to admit when they're wrong, you're going to get some type of communication from these people. Now, some of them, dear one, they're going to try to give you the communication in a very passive aggressive way. They try to come to you in your dreams. Okay, yeah, for those of you guys where, you know, you come from that bloodline of medicine men, medicine women, shamans, witches, wizards, all of that, you could be high vibrational. Some of them in your family janky, but they still got the gift. Okay, for those that did you wrong, dear one, or they played a part in the shenanigans, okay, they're going to come to you in a dream to try to, you know, make amends with you, to try to seek your forgiveness. And, you know, others, dear one, you know, they still very pompous and very arrogant. They ain't gonna say shit, but they're at least gonna know that a lot of things that were done to you, that were said about you, was a lie. And it's like they're going to put down their sword against you. They're gonna stop running their goddamn mouth about you. They're gonna shut the fuck up. Okay, neutral. They just gonna walk away. They're gonna walk away from the fight. Okay, this is what I'm hearing from Spirit, dear one, in the 7-day forecast. So Another good thing, dear one, is that because there was something, dear one, that was very unjust that happened to you, you guys are going to begin to feel lighter, energetically, emotionally, okay? You're going to feel like a weight has been lifted off of you from as early as today all the way up through the next 7 days, as people, dear one, who had some type of vendetta against you for all the wrong reasons, are getting that can of whip ass on them, but are also, being made aware that they were used. They allowed themselves to be somebody else's goddamn bulldog. Okay, they allowed themselves to be somebody's fly monkey on their behalf, and they didn't have all of the facts, and now they just as dumb and stupid as the motherfucker that started this campaign against you in the first place. Okay, no facts, no murk, just janky motherfuckers. Okay, yeah, you guys, you're gonna feel lighter. You're going to sleep better. You're going to digest your food better. You're going to feel as though, come through spirit. For some of you guys, dear one, that feeling of being watched, because you guys had monitoring spirits watching you guys, you're no longer going to feel like you're being watched. You're no longer going to feel like you're being followed or harassed. Okay, some of you guys, your gang stalking campaign is going to end. Like almost like a switch, a light switch is like on and off. It's going to click off. All of a sudden, you're going to wake up one day and you don't have people stomping over your head. You're going to wake up one day and you notice that it's been 3 days and ain't nobody fucked with your vehicle. Ain't nobody, flattened your tires. Ain't nobody, did nothing stupid to your car. Okay, you're going to wake up one day, dear one, and you're just going to realize, damn, I slept good. I didn't have another psychic attack waking up with all these damn bruises and shit all on my goddamn back and arms, okay? Because some of y'all, you be getting attacked in your goddamn sleep, okay? Yeah, you're going to wake up within the next 7 days and you're just going to feel lighter. You're going to realize that the war is over, that, the battle is over. The battle has been won. It has been stopped, okay, on your behalf, okay, is what I'm hearing from Spirit. Within the next 7 days, as early as today, okay? All right, so I'm going to stop right there, y'all, because I done gave y'all enough tea that you need to set you free, okay? I'm going to give you guys some signs, and then I'm going to say hi to the chat, and then I'm going to turn it loose, okay? All right, so here we go. Thank you, Spirit. For those of you guys where this message most resonates, you or they, dear one, could very well be a Pisces, Aries, Leo, Libra, Gemini, Capricorn, Sagittarius, and Taurus, if I didn't say so already. Also, I'm hearing Aries moon, Gemini rising, and Gemini moon, Leo rising, Cancer moon, and Scorpio rising. Thank you, Spirit. Also, the numbers 12 and 2 popped out. Could be the month you were born or the day of the month. Okay, that's what I'm hearing from Spirit. All right, and I also heard Kelly, Lisa, Veronica, Chad, Terrence, Terry, Maurice, Brian, and Kathy. Okay, that could mean something to somebody. Also, Connie. I heard Connie. Thank you, Spirit. Connie. Okay, that could be your name, somebody else's name, somebody that you know that has something to do with what was going on in this reading. Okay. All right, y'all. So that's your tea. Now let me turn my head and see the chat. Let me see what's going on up in here. Okay. Let's see. Let me scroll. All right. So Montaigne Meshin removed her question. Cosmo Spirit Healer says, yes, I want to get used to being blessed. Absolutely. And I know that's right. Okay. So, as it's happening, dear one, as you guys have moved into your North Node, okay, do certain things that will help you to become more confident in where you are now, okay? Do your positive affirmations, okay? And say things to yourself like, I am the head and not the tail. I am first and not last. Come through, Spirit. I am above and not beneath, okay? I am the lender, no longer the borrower. I am worthy, okay? I am an overcomer. The more that you say it, the more that you will believe it, and you will get used to stepping into your season of being blessed. It'll become more comfortable to you, okay? As the sacred text says, dear one, as a man thinketh, so is he, okay, or she, okay? So if you keep saying it is going to seep into your subconscious, and then you're going to begin to believe it. And then your outer world, as you're co-creating your reality, your outer world is going to begin to reflect that which you say. Okay, that's why you got to be mindful about, what comes off your tongue. Okay, there is life and death in the power of your tongue. So yes, Cosmo Spirit Healer, okay, that's a very beautiful thing. You can get used to it. Okay, do those things that I suggested. You're going to be on your way. Okay. Next, we have Brenda Jackson. Hi, Brenda. Brenda loves to come through and give the little hands, okay? And I recognize you, Brenda, so good on you, okay? Because as I let everyone know, I need to see you guys, my supporters, those that love and support me. I need to see y'all more in the chat. I need to see y'all more in the comment section, okay? So that I'll know that you guys are more than just a passerby, that you are a part of my vibe tribe. So on those days, dear one, when I say, hey, y'all, today's your lucky day, I'm going to select one particular subby for a yes, no free, yes, no oracle message. I'm going to select those that I see a lot and that I recognize who are members of my vibe tribe, okay? So Brenda got the memo. She's on it, okay? So what's up, Brenda Jackson? Also, you guys, just to let you know, on the days that I don't go live, which typically are on the weekends, like Fridays and Saturdays, that's when I have like a premiere video that'll either be like posted at 3 p.m. or like 6:30, but you got to go to my community tab so you'll know definitely what time it premieres. Y'all need to be leaving comments in the comment section, okay? Let a girl know how the message resonated with you, and the more that I see you, the more that I will register that you're a part of my tribe. So when I see you in the chat on the days that I do a free reading, when I select a person, I will select you, okay? All right, so Lisa Joseph says, hi. What up, Lisa Joseph? How are you? You said, is it a bad thing to get a nervous breakdown? Yes, it is a bad thing, okay? You should be getting a breakthrough, not a breakdown, okay? And there is a difference, okay, sweetheart? So if you have a nervous breakdown, that means that, your environment is toxic and you need to get away. You're in a toxic relationship, you need to get away. Something is going on and you feel the pressure. You feel as though, it's too much going on. You don't have enough support, enough encouragement, enough whatever. It's letting you know, dear one, that your body and your mind and your soul has taken on so much weight that it cannot lift it. It cannot maintain that. It's too much. That's when you will have a nervous breakdown. So that's never a good thing, dear one. Now, if that happened to you, my condolences, okay? And I do hope that you get well, okay? With lots of prayer. If you need medicine, take your medicine. Ain't no shame in that. If you need therapy, do your therapy. Ain't no shame in that. But also a lot of things that you can do to eliminate certain stressors in your life that become a toll on you. A lot of that you can remove yourself, okay? And it starts with removing toxic people and removing yourself from toxic environments, whether that be a family environment, a relationship environment, or a community, or a job environment. You got to release that, because that will wear you down like water on a rock, and that's no good for you, okay? All right, sweetheart. All right, and then we have Sue Wabi. Okay, Sue, now I've been seeing you too, love. I've been seeing you too. So she's down with the program. She knows what it is. The more that I see you, the more the chance that you will be one that is selected for a free yes or no oracle message, okay? So I hope that, Sue Wabi, you're doing well, okay? And Arlene Valdez says, hi. What up, Arlene Valdez? How are you, sweetheart? I hope that you're doing well. And I hope that all is good in your neighborhood, okay? And then James Goodman says, game over. James has been gunning for his enemies, y'all, for quite some time. And I don't blame him. He is ready for them to get, he ready for the slow singing and the flower bringing, okay? He ready for the mug that's been messing with him. He ready for their mother to buy that black dress, okay? I ain't mad at you, James, okay? But you got to be patient. And now Spirit says, short little message for you, James, okay? Spirit wants you to focus more on your productivity, your blessings, your opportunities, and things that you could do in your life to bring happiness and joy in your life, so much to the point where you're not worrying about your enemies and them getting their karma, because that could lean towards becoming like obsessive. And if you focus on it too much, that's going to rob you from your quality of life. That's going to make you think that God's timing is not the right timing for things to happen. Okay. Vengeance is his. Okay. So at the end of the day, just release that. Okay. And now if they're around you, then you know what you got to do. You got to get from around them. Either move away from them, or cut them off, force them to get away from you. You got to do something where you're not still continuously or finding yourself, James, in a loop where you're dealing with these people. And then once you're away from them, you can begin to focus on your quality of life and leveling up, and just knowing, based on the fact that God, it will not be mocked, that whatever a person sows, that shall he or she reap. And then leave it to divine timing and divine justice, and you just walk away to live your life now, because it's gonna happen. Okay, what you do to others, it happens to you, but it may not happen, James, necessarily in your timing. Okay, so just be aware of that. Spirit wanted me to tell you that right quick. Okay, because sometimes your enemy can win simply because they know that they on your mind. They taking up space in your mind where you could be focusing on getting the bag, or you could be focusing on self-love. Self-love is the best love. Okay, or whatever type of endeavors or goals that you have going on. So don't let the enemy win. Okay, by making you or having you feel as though you have to focus so much on a janky motherfucker. Okay, the jankies gonna get theirs. They gonna get theirs. They gonna get their comeuppances. They gonna get their can of whoop ass. Okay, it's inevitable. Okay, but in the meantime, you get the bag, you get the love, you get the peace, you get the joy. Okay, you get the freedom of having a good night's sleep, because you don't have these jankies running through your brain 24/7. Okay, James. All right, that's your little free tea, bro. That's your free tea that you need to set you free on today. Okay, all right. And so, guys, I'm gonna turn it loose. Okay, and I hope that you guys continue to enjoy the rest of your beautiful day, evening, morning, noon, night, whatever it is in your neck of the woods. Okay, and y'all don't eat too much barbecue, for those of you guys that grilled. Okay, and I'm saying that for myself as well. Okay, and until next time, you guys, stay beautiful, stay blessed, and stay great. Peace.